Welcome to my channel. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're talking about a simple but powerful idea. Nothing changes until you do. Many of us dream about having a better life. We want to be healthier, more successful, more confident, or happier. We hope that one day things will magically get better. But here's the truth. If we keep doing the same things every day, we'll probably keep getting the same results. So, how can we create real change in our lives? To help us explore this topic, I'm joined by our guest, David. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I love this topic because I think everyone wants change, but not everyone is willing to change themselves.
That's an interesting point. Why do you think people want change but often avoid changing?
Because change is uncomfortable. We like routines because they feel safe. Even when we're unhappy, staying the same often feels easier than trying something new. Imagine someone who wants to become healthier. They know they should exercise and eat better, but after work they choose to stay on the couch because it's comfortable. They want different results, but they don't change their daily habits.
I think we've all been there. We say we want something, but our actions tell a different story.
Exactly. Our future is shaped more by our habits than by our wishes.
So, where should someone begin if they want to change their life?
Start by asking yourself one honest question. What is one thing I can change today? Don't think about changing your entire life overnight. That's overwhelming. Instead, focus on one small action. If you want to improve your English, study for 20 minutes today. If you want to get healthier, go for a 15-minute walk. If you want to save money, skip one unnecessary purchase. Small actions may seem unimportant, but they create momentum.
I like that word, momentum. Once you start moving, it's easier to keep going.
Exactly. Success usually doesn't come from one huge decision. It comes from hundreds of small decisions repeated every day.
Many people say they're waiting for the right time. They say, I'll start next Monday, or I'll begin next month. What do you think about that?
I think waiting is one of the biggest obstacles to success. There will always be another Monday. There will always be another New Year. There will always be another excuse. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you may never begin. The best time to start isn't when everything is perfect. It's when you decide that your future is more important than your excuses.
That's powerful. Another thing that stops people is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making mistakes. How can we overcome that?
First, we need to understand that fear is normal. Every successful person has felt afraid at some point. The difference is that they didn't let fear make their decisions. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if I never try? Sometimes the biggest risk isn't failing. It's spending years wondering what might have happened if you had started.
That's something many people need to hear. Another challenge is comparing ourselves with others. We see someone who's successful and think, I could never do that.
Yes, but we forget that we're only seeing the final result. We don't see the early mornings, the failures, the setbacks, or the years of hard work. Everyone starts somewhere. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's success. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. If you've learned something new or become a little better, you're making progress.
I love that. Let's talk about responsibility. Sometimes it's easy to blame our circumstances, our job, our family, or even bad luck.
That's true. Of course, we can't control everything that happens to us. But we can always control how we respond. When we take responsibility for our choices, we take back control of our lives. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I do about it? That simple change in thinking can completely change your future.
That's such an important lesson. What role do daily habits play in personal growth?
They play a huge role. Your habits create your future. If you spend 1 hour every day learning, you'll become more knowledgeable. If you exercise regularly, you'll become healthier. If you practice kindness every day, you'll build stronger relationships. Your life tomorrow is built by the choices you make today.
So, real change isn't about one big moment. It's about what we do consistently.
Exactly. People often look for a secret to success. But the secret is simple. Do the small things consistently, even when you don't feel like it. That's what creates lasting results.
Before we finish, I'd like to ask one final question. If someone listening feels stuck in life right now, what's one message you'd like to leave them with?
I'd say this: don't wait for life to change first. Be the reason your life changes. Take one small step today. Read one chapter. Make one phone call. Apply for one job. Learn one new skill. Go for one walk. Small actions seem ordinary, but over time they create extraordinary results. Remember, your future isn't built by what you plan to do. It's built by what you choose to do today.
That's such an inspiring message. Thank you so much for joining us today, David.
Thank you for having me. I hope everyone listening realizes that change doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to begin.
And thank you to everyone listening. If today's conversation inspired you, don't close this podcast and go back to doing the same things you've always done. Instead, ask yourself one simple question: what's one small change I can make today? Then do it, because remember, nothing changes until you do. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep becoming the person you want to be. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.